Hello there guys, this is Josh from Variety Gamers, and today I'm bringing you some Battlefield 3 gameplay on the map Ziba Tower. But that's not what I'm going to be talking to you about today. What I'm going to be talking to you about is basically my Battlefield 4 wishlist, and this is a response video to iPwnstar4hire on his Battlefield 4 wishlist, and I just thought I'd add my thoughts in and what I want in Battlefield 4 and what I reckon will make the game a lot better. So let's get this on the road. So firstly, on my wish list, I want more tactical equipment, and what I mean is things such as flares, stun grenades, flashbangs, etc. And why I want this is because it will give a lot more tactical approaches and tactical options to the game, and plus I reckon it will make it a lot more fun and probably a lot more epic at the same time, because if you could just imagine throwing flashbangs and stun grenades into clearing a room, that would really be fun, and that would really impact the game overall in some instances. And if you could just imagine shooting flares into the sky or something like that, signalling that you and your squad maybe needs help. And flares could also be a great way to signal for one of your buddies in a helicopter or something to come pick you up, so that would add a lot more options into the game. Secondly, I want more traditional Battlefield maps, such as Heavy Metal, Caspian Border, Operation Firestorm, them kind of maps, because I reckon in Battlefield 3, DICE kind of strayed away from them traditional Battlefield maps and included a lot more maps such as Grand Bazaar, Operation Metro. A lot of them maps are more kind of oriented into wanting to bring Call of Duty players over to the Battlefield series, or other players in general over to the Battlefield series. And I just don't want DICE to stray away from that and forget their core Battlefield audience, because I reckon that is really important for them. And plus, without traditional Battlefield maps, Battlefield just won't be Battlefield. You know, you would have none of the vehicle combat, none of the jets, none of the helicopters, and it would just take, you know, the whole sting out of the game and the whole point of playing it. And especially me, I could have kindly suggest that I consider myself a Battlefield veteran. Well, not a Battlefield veteran, but I've played my fair share of Battlefield, and I like Battlefield for the way it's meant to be. You know, the vehicle combat, the larger maps, that kind of stuff. And I come over to Battlefield really because it's a change from Call of Duty. Because in Call of Duty you have stuff like all the close quarters map and the same old bullshit over and over again. But in Battlefield it's just different, it's a lot more fun, and that's one of the main reasons why I play it. Third on my wishlist for Battlefield 4 is better frame rate. And what I mean by this is games such as Call of Duty, they have 60 frames per second. But for Battlefield on consoles, you only really have 30 frames per second. And I really reckon that if they increased it to 60 frames per second, it would really smooth the game mechanics on console. I think on PC it's 60 frames per second, but on console it's not. And that's a real bummer, so I want them to really, you know, give consoles a better frame rate, and that would just make the game run a lot smoother. You would feel a lot more comfortable, your aiming, everything would just feel a lot better when you're playing the game. And finally, for my Battlefield 4 wishlist is basically more customization options for vehicles. Now what I mean by this is the vehicles in Battlefield 3 have had a lot more customization than previous Battlefield games, but I still reckon they could improve. And what I mean by this is like more upgrades, you know, more attachments you can have on your vehicles. For example, instead of rocket pods and flares, I don't know, you could have other options to your, you know, jet. Maybe they could give you the option to pick what kind of missile you put on your jet, or what kind of, you know, explosive, or what kind of IR you put on your jet, thermal vision, that kind of stuff. I already know on jets you have the option of a guided missile, but what if they gave you the option so whilst you're in your cockpit you could switch to night vision probably? So that would be really cool, and that again would add a lot more tactical options and approaches to the game, and it would impact it a lot. So I reckon DICE could really do that and implement it well. Also, I reckon that a lot of you might disagree with me, and you might kind of hate on me for this, but I reckon that vehicles, maybe they could give you an option to what camouflage, what camo your vehicle has. I mean, for example, if you've ever noticed in Battlefield, the SU-35, that has a certain camo to it. I think it's white and black, something like that. Imagine if you could turn it into, I don't know, a camo such as red and black, or yellow and black, something like that. That would be really cool. Or imagine if you could make your own camo for the jet and you can just paint your name on the side. That would be sweet. You know, I just reckon them kind of things can make the game a lot more fun, and it would just be something extra to do, and it would really, you know, make you stick out on the battlefield as your own type of player, your own type of person. And imagine if, like, your friends on the other team, that would just be really fun, because you would know who to go for, because you know their camo. And that would just add, again, a lot more tactical options and approaches. And you don't want to be so stupid at the same time that you make yourself stand out like a sore thumb, but it will still be funny and quite fun in general. But guys, that's it for today, and until next time, this is Josh from Variety Gamers. Peace out.